All right. How's that? That any better? There's nobody here yet.
Can you get in there and delete those? Because this one's still saying live.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that now. What the fuck? All right, who's in here? All right, hopefully that's better. Doing good, Adam. I was trying to get this to work on my PC so that I didn't have to read comments off my phone, but that was a massive fail. It's like 35-ish right now, 30-ish. Yeah, I'm on the phone now. Yeah, I'm on the phone now. Much better. There's only like a 3 or 4 second delay now. Yeah, it was using OBS, but it was just like the freaking delay was like 35 seconds. It was out of control. Phone's working way better though. Yeah, we've only got about a 5-second delay now, which is nice. That big fucking jammy out of the way. I think the delay might be part of the fact that this PC is older. The USB is not fast enough. Because it's not terrible now. It's there, but it's not terrible.
No, it's a couple of seconds.
Yeah. Before it was like a half an hour freaking delay. All right, guys, we'll wait for a few more people to get in here before, yeah, I figured it was going to be much better. It's amazing that my freaking iPhone 10 works better than my $5,000 computer setup. Mind-boggling. What's that?
I said they need to hit the like button while they're waiting.
Yeah, while you guys are waiting for things to really get going, smack that like button for me. Please. Yeah, Dylan, Cam's car is an interesting project. I don't know if he's selling it or if he's getting rid of it, because I know the videos that Damien does are pretty old. But hopefully it'll be down here. I offered to rewire it for him, so we'll see what happens. Vape flavor today, I got 3 going on right now. I have this one, which is a coffee shop unicorn flavor. It mimics the unicorn frappuccino that Starbucks had. And then I have my blackberry lemonade and my raw berry. No, Angel, there's actually heroin in them. No, there's a little bit of nicotine. I started vaping a year ago. I quit smoking back in December of 2016, and it became more of a hobby for me than anything at this point. So, as you can see, there is cigarette smoke coming in from this direction from Miss Sherry.
You can't say it.
Yeah. So what's everybody up to tonight? Anything interesting? This seems to be a common thread lately. They're all starting to break. Everybody's having water heater issues lately.
That's what I just was telling you earlier. Mine is.
Dylan, you're shot, dude. What do you do for work? Oh, nice, Darko. That's cool. Oh, well, yeah, that explains a lot. I used to work with computers, too. They're highly frustrating, and you need substances to get through it. Asbestos wiring. Oh, my God. What, do you got, a house that was built in the 1800s? Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Mine was built in 1890.
Yeah, the users are absolutely crazy. Out of control. That's why I got out of that industry. Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. If you see my eyes, if you see my eyes darting that way, it's because I'm reading the comments. It's much easier to read on the computer than it is on the phone. Actually, if I was smart, I'd do this.
Yeah, but then you don't save the money.
Yeah, good point. Much better that way. All right, guys, like usual, we'll wait till we hit about 20 before we really start things up. Got a cool thing to announce that you guys might be interested in. Oh, look, we just hit 20. Ask and ye shall receive, apparently.
Mine doesn't say 20. Mine's silly then. Mine says 15.
Yeah, it says we got 22 in now. All right, what's up, dude? So for everybody wondering, I get a lot of comments about people wanting to support the channel, and currently the channel is not monetized. YouTube went and changed a whole bunch of stuff, so we're waiting on the approval to get the channel monetized, so we're not at all making any money with YouTube whatsoever. I know that's been a huge question. I'm doing this honestly for fun right now, but I do have, and I'll post it in the description of this video when we're done with it. I do have t-shirts being made, more fab t-shirts being made, and I have my website up with the t-shirt on the website, so you guys will be more than welcome to go over there and either pre-purchase or purchase when they come in, or whatever it is that you want to do, you can definitely do that. So I'll link it. I'll probably put it in the comments here if you guys want to go over and check it out real quick. But I do have t-shirts that are going to be available shortly, so you guys can purchase those. They do have the Morfab logo on them, so black t-shirts, Morfab logo. They're pretty cool. Yeah, I still have the pickup truck. Dylan, oh God, I had probably 4 or 5 cars before I even had my driver's license. So my very first car that I drove on the road was, what's up, JB? My very first car I drove on the road was my 84.5 turbo Daytona. But my very first car ever was a 1980-something Ford Escort. But I never got to drive that one because I was 15 when I bought it. Yeah, 2.2 turbo. I had several of them. Probably had 6 Daytonas. No, the Escort was canary yellow. I currently don't have anything to weld. I do have a Jeep, JTK. I do have a Jeep that I'm going to be working on as soon as I get the title. As soon as I get the title, we'll do some stuff with that. Yeah, the last car I had before I got my license, and it's a long story as to why I don't have it anymore, but it was a 79 BMW 320i. I was 16 when I bought it. Oh, nice. Yeah, I started in the front-wheel drive Mopar stuff. I had a couple of GLHSs. I had a couple of 024 Shelby 024s. I had probably 6 Daytonas. I had a Laser. I had all kinds of front-wheel drive Mopar stuff. That's kind of where I got my start. There was actually a really big front-wheel drive Mopar guy in Connecticut.
What are you vaping at right now?
How many bikes have I owned? Oh, dear. That's a good question. Probably 20, 25 maybe. Nice. Those older Preludes are cool. An Opel Kadett, that's pretty cool. My father had a bunch of Opel GTs. Mid-70s Opel GTs. Hi, Nicholas. What's up, man? Yeah, so you know what, guys? Right now, I'm going to... I've done tons of off-road vehicles. I used to actually build those. Yeah, Bruce, please. Everybody smash that like button. I'm going to set the... get the link to the t-shirts and stuff now.
Do you do body work?
I do not do body work. I could probably do a flatbed for a truck. It's nothing I've done before. There was just nobody that ever asked for it. Yeah, the shirts for just, again, I'll reiterate, the shirts are going to be in about 2.5 weeks. As soon as I place the order, which will be the end of this week, I'll get them. So you guys are more than welcome to pre-order. I usually don't like pre-ordering stuff, but you guys can pre-order if you like, and they will be out. I'm only doing 30 on the first shot, so they'll probably sell out quick, so it might be a good idea to pre-order them. But We'll see. Here's the link. I'll put the link in the comments.
Any plans in the works for Jimmy's new BMW?
I haven't talked to Jimmy about the BMW. I took a look at it, and it's in really, really good shape. I don't think it's going to need much. He's talking about doing some stuff to it, but I'm not really sure what yet, and I'm not going to... Really? Oh, yeah, look at that. Hold on, let me fix that link. Why is it every time you try to post a link, it always does that shit? Again. Is it because of the EB? Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
He said it.
Copy.
Dylan said it worked when I deleted the apparel part.
Yeah, it's the, I think it was all the garbage on the end of it. Here, try that one.
Do you play Xbox?
Still 404. Of course it is. All right, let's do this. Paste. How about that one? No, same thing. Why does it do that? Oy, 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 oy. It's adding extra shit on the end of the freaking link. If you guys just copy and paste that link in there instead of clicking on it. I don't know why the hell it's doing that. This is just not a good computer night. Let's see if I can manually type it.
Dylan ordered a shirt but meant to order extra large. Can he correct it? Yes.
Yeah, that's no problem. Let's see what that does. Nope, same thing. It's adding a bunch of shit on there, so just copy and paste that. Don't click on it, copy and paste it. No, Dylan, it's no problem, man. We'll take care of it.
No stickers yet.
Yeah, I do have, you know what? I have some old Morpheus Performance stickers if you guys are interested in those. I have white and gold. I'll show them to you in 1 second. That one was stuck under the phone thing.
Was it?
Yeah.
Suppose you only need one, not the whole.
Yeah. Thanks. Dylan, you said you wanted an extra large, right? Not a large?
Yes, extra large.
Okay, cool.
I can fix it.
Just
I got it.
Thank you. I'm running shit over here. I'm getting a little woozy here. Ooh. These are nice die cuts. that actually Jimmy made for me. That's the white one. And that's the gold one. Those, you know what? I'll put the stickers up on the website tonight after we get done with this. I have literally probably 10 of each, maybe, something like that.
You just do it now. I'll write it down for you. Give me those.
I didn't try the Waterbury stuff. I do use PayPal. I haven't seen it yet, Steve. Who sells it?
Six white, 10 gold. Who wants them?
All right, so here's what we're going to do. We got 6 white stickers and 10 gold stickers. DM me on Instagram, and I'll send one to you. Yeah, Bruce, I did it at first to quit smoking, and then I got way carried away with it. My vape, another new one. Little DNA 75 joint. What?
I'm sitting here going, where the hell are my cigarettes? Gotta put them under here.
Yeah, guys, shoot me a DM on Instagram. I'll give away all 16 of those stickers. RDA tanks. That is a rebuildable tank. That guy is a rebuildable tank. I have the Faro Mini rebuildable tank.
Ooh, butterscotch.
Ooh, how's that stuff? Custard shop butterscotch? Custom 3-inch single exit exhaust for my non-turbo headers back. Are you doing straight pipe or you want a muffler too? Just to give you an idea, Jesse, a full custom 3-inch with a muffler and a cat would probably run you about 1,500-ish. Good call, Steve. Real good call. Yeah, it's so funny too because you can buy exhaust systems on like eBay, and even some of the like aftermarket systems are like $300, $400, $500. But the problem with them is they use such inferior metals. I would need, see, that's the thing is a lot of my stuff is built on the car. I don't have templates for anything. So when I do build things, I'll either need a piece to copy or I'd ultimately love to have the car here so I can make it work. The total work on Jimmy's car without the hookup would have been probably like $4 grand, 4,500. Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't be terrible. The titanium work and all the welding on the pie cuts is what really drove that cost up. Now, if we did just normal bent metal, like mandrel bends and stuff like that, it would definitely be a lot cheaper than that. We probably could have gotten away for about 2,500, 3 grand instead of the 4,500 that it would have been. Awesome, awesome. Yeah, send those DMs over and I'll get you those stickers. Just make sure, obviously, you DM me your address and everything else. And why am I shaking that pen in front of you guys? I don't know. I'm sorry. It was kind of funny. Yeah, I mean, ultimately, you know what? The pricing of this stuff is a little high, but it's just the materials and the time. You know, if you want a full custom exhaust and full custom intercooler piping and everything else, and you want stainless and aluminum, you can bet it's going to be $2 grand, 2,500 bucks. So it's not terrible. It's not as bad as everybody thinks it is. And the thing is I'm super, super picky with the materials that I use. Like for years I used Vibrant, and Vibrant, when they got big, they literally just started farming all their shit out to China, and it's absolutely terrible now. It's 100% crap. But yeah, the thing I noticed too is a lot of the aftermarket systems and everything else, just garbage. Burnt stainless, JB? Burnt muffler tips. I don't know. I mean, if you like the coloring on them, I think it's cool. Doesn't really bother me either way. It's all right, Steve. I can figure it out. Solder joints, 100%. Yeah, technically, Darka, it is. I hate crimp connectors with a passion. The Vulcan brand welders are great to start with. Just understand that if you think you're welding shitty, it might be the welder. The only thing about those is their quality control is a little low, but when you get one that works good, they work good. And Darka, yeah, when you heat up titanium like that, you're technically anodizing it. Parasitic draw. You know what's funny is I actually have a car in here right now that I'm troubleshooting a parasitic draw on. A lot of times it can be body control modules on the new cars where they're not fully going to sleep, or the ECU's not fully going to sleep. I've seen radios do it, all kinds of stuff. So usually what I'll do is I'll put a current meter in line with the battery, see what the draw looks like after about 15 or 20 minutes, and then after about an hour, and then I start pulling fuses to see when the draw disappears. Steve, if you solder things right, it doesn't really matter. You just have to be smart on what you do. You obviously don't want to freaking solder something that's going to be solid that needs to move. Yeah, I don't know. My experience with crimp connectors, I utilize the crimp connectors that actually have the sealing material inside them, so when you heat them up, they actually seal around the wire and seal it completely, but I've had those fail on several. As a matter of fact, I just did a that Chevy that I had done the video on that you guys saw, where I had to troubleshoot the bad fuel pump. That was actually a legit sealed crimp connector that failed and destroyed the wiring harness. Yeah, JTK, the shop is getting bigger very soon. I actually do have believe it or not, I have 2 units here. I have 2,000 square feet in total. It just happens to be at opposite ends of the complex, so we're working on moving everything closer now. Yeah, Steve, I've used those too, where it actually crimps the whole barrel. It's a special tool that crimps the entire barrel, not just, you know, a little pinhole in the middle of it. Yeah, I always do solder and heat shrink. It's just always the way that I've been.
Tell them to make sure when they're sending you a DM that they're saying what their YouTube name is so we can match them up.
No, you know what? I don't know. I know crimp connectors are used quite widely, but I worked for a company that manufactured helicopter harnesses, and that was one of the exact things that they didn't want to do was utilize a solder joint connection because the harnesses had to move. And those harnesses always failed at those crimp connections. Always failed at those crimp connections. And then finally we moved up the cable a little bit and soldered the connections a few inches past the actual joint of movement, and they were totally fine. I never had a problem with them again. But that's just one of the things. And it all depends too. I mean, if you're soldering stuff and you're dropping a half a pound of solder on the wire and it's migrating up the wire, you're going to make a stiff joint where if it flexes, it's going to break. So, I mean, you have to be smart with whatever you're doing. Yeah. You know what, light bar? I saw a truck the other night that had so many lights on it, it looked like an emergency vehicle festival or an emergency vehicle accident. It looked like 17 fire trucks responding to an accident of 17 police cars. That's how bad this thing was. But if you are tasteful about it, then it's cool. Yeah, believe it or not, you know what? My good friend Sean that I grew up with, he also does all my granite work. His father has one. It's a white one. That thing is super cool. Like I said, there's always, Dylan said that earlier too. Who the hell would dislike this? There is always going to be the one twat that just clicks the dislike button because there's no dislikes on it yet.
Which still bumps the page, so it's fucking stupid. It's all awful, yes.
That's all right. The dislikes do just as good for me as the likes do, so I'm not too worried about it. I love lifted trucks. Again, tastefully done lifted trucks. There are some out there that are just, oh dear.
Yes, they are, Steve.
God, you guys are bad. Lowered trucks, yeah, those are cool too. Again, tastefully done. I love when somebody takes like a big ass dually and drops the hell out of it. They look amazing. Why would they hate your lifted Explorer? Yeah, I don't know. All the American trucks are pretty much the same at this point. Well, I say as American as they can be. Wayman, what's up, dude? I was waiting for you. I probably have, Steve. It's got to be around here somewhere. I try to blank those things out from my memory. Who made the best square body? See, now that's a funny one because I like both the Ford and the Chevy. But I would say Chevy, probably. I'm also a big fan of the first-gen Dodges, first-gen Cummins. Jeremy, what's up? I am definitely a Dodge guy, but the Chevy had it with the square bodies.
What?
I want a first-gen Cummins so bad, but they're so hard to find, and people want $1 million for them. Welder I would recommend to learn with. Are you looking for a MIG or a TIG welder? MIG welder, probably you can get a decent Lincoln for no money. Everlast has really good MIGs that are pretty cheap. Yeah, Wayman, I have actually. All the Nissan Frontiers, I probably did 6 of them. The Millermatic 140 is insane. I love that welder, but it's kind of on the pricey side for somebody that's just starting out. Yeah, the Eastwood one's not too bad. Yeah, I think that's what mine was too. I had the 135, I think it was, the one that was right before the 140. I don't know. You know what? Yeah, I mean, if you're going to buy a welder to start with, I would go with something that is gas. I would not start with flux core because you're just going to annoy yourself, and it's going to make you want to give up. My water cooler is very basic, and it doesn't really have much in the way of warnings, so no. You know what, actually, if you mix flux core with gas, you can get some serious welds. Yeah, I've seen the sanders. I've done some of the seamless stuff with welding body panels and such, but I don't know. I like to make the welds good enough to where you don't need to grind them down.
That's a good question.
What are my channel plans for 2018? I have a lot of plans, and a lot of it is dependent on... A lot of YouTubers make very bad business decisions. I can't even say it. A lot of YouTubers make very bad decisions when it comes to allocating money for their YouTube channel. My goal this year is to up my subscriber count and get as much... Yeah, use my words. Get as much ad revenue as possible so that I can fund projects for the channel. I still have, remember, I still have all of my my normal everyday customers that you guys don't see. So I'm still dealing with that on a daily basis. So to try to make a video daily is very, very difficult. Yeah, Steve, we might be able to work that out. But yeah, my goals, obviously, I would love to hit 100,000 subs. I don't think that's going to happen in a year. I go in spurts. I get 2,000 or 3,000 subs, and then it falls off, and then I get 2,000 or 3,000 more, and it falls off. So we'll see what happens. My goal is set to get 50,000 by the end of the year. That would be awesome for me. I want to get you guys a ton of projects. I want to do more welding. I want to get more stuff in here. But unfortunately, a lot of the big stuff like you saw me do with Jimmy's 300, I don't get a lot of want for that because there's not too many people that want to pay that. A 10-minute or so video, it depends on what I'm doing. Like the video that I just did yesterday, the video I just did yesterday was 12 minutes long, I think, and that one took me almost 2 hours to edit. So sometimes they take a little bit of time. I try to film so that I don't have a shit ton of editing to do, but that doesn't always work. I've done stuff for pretty much all the Haggard guys. Worked with Jimmy. Haven't really done much else. What takes all the time in editing? If that's what you're asking, yeah. If it's usually trying to stitch everything together, because during the day, I end up sometimes, depending on the video, like the Logan Steele video, I probably had 15 or 20 clips that I had to put all in line. And then I try to edit out a lot of the shit that, you know, where I messed up or I misspoke or something like that. And then I try to set it all to music, and you know, I have to make sure that the audio levels match and there's fade-ins and fade-outs and all that other stuff, so it takes a little while. Yeah, Steve, we got to get together. We'll go over some of that stuff. No, a MIG gun does not have a gas lens. It's got a basic nozzle in it that just shoots gas out of the end of it. Yeah, some of those knockoffs are pretty decent, believe it or not. Yeah, Brendan, it does take a little bit of time. I mean, I don't want to put out a video that's garbage, you know? But there's other times, too, where I film, you know, a shit ton of welding, and there's really nothing to edit. I just literally speed everything up, and then I have it edited in probably half an hour, 40 minutes, and then it usually takes about an hour to render the video, and then it takes another 40 minutes or so to upload the video, and then I have to do all the tags in YouTube and everything else. I mean, it goes. It does definitely take time, though. I'd say on average per video, I spend between filming properly, editing, uploading, all that shit, it's probably 3 or 4 hours a day. Thanks, Brendan. Oh, God. I don't upload anything from my phone, so I don't know exactly the data usage, but each video ranges from a 10-minute video is about 1.5 gigs. A 20-minute video can be anywhere from 3 to 5 gigs, depending on whether or not I have high-speed stuff in it.
Can we take this heat on, or is it too loud? This one?
Yeah, I'll put it.
Thanks.
Yeah, they're huge. Files are huge. I use Premiere Pro. Adobe. I'm back on the phone, actually. The phone's only got about 5 seconds of lag, where OBS had like 35 seconds. Yeah, hit those likes. Hey, quick question. In this chat, are you guys seeing a $sign in the lower left corner of the chat? Okay.
Right side. Yep.
All right, cool. I was just curious.
If you're on a phone, it's not on there. It's not on my phone.
Yeah, it doesn't work on the phones. It doesn't do it on the phones. It's actually Super Chat. It's something YouTube offers where basically you guys could send money. Tommy does it all the time. I don't know why it's even there, but I suppose if you want to use it, be my guest. Yeah, I think on Android it works, but on iPhone it doesn't.
It's not on mine.
Yeah, I never understood that. Like, it's weird. You see people doing live chats, and then there's just money popping up randomly, so I don't know what that's all about, but...
They're donations for your channel.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could call them donations for the channel, but I'd much rather give you guys something tangible for money spent. Like, I don't know. I mean, if you're going to send me money, at least get something in return, you know what I mean?
They get to chat with you. Tess, let me donate $1 so we can see how it works. I don't have the button.
Awesome, Brendan. That's cool. Yeah, I don't know. It seems like, and I don't want to kill on anybody or rip on anybody, but it always seems like people get into live chats and they're like, oh, yeah, send me money, send me money. Ah, Bruce sent me $2. Sweet.
Does it pop up on you? Oh.
Yeah, it pops up. That's pretty sick.
Yes, it did. That's awesome.
But, yeah, there's a lot of people that are out there that are like, you know, oh, send me money, go to my Patreon, pay this, pay that, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. It's like...
Tell Bruce thanks. He
I
sends me a
feel,
sticker.
yeah, thanks, Bruce. We'll send you a sticker. I think we're already sending you a sticker, so we'll have to figure something else out. But I don't think YouTube takes a cut of it. Actually, I don't think they take a cut of it at all, especially this stuff here. But I don't know. I have a really hard time, like, begging for money. And I don't want to say that these guys are begging for money, but, you know, if you guys want to help out the channel, go buy my T-shirts. At least you get something. You know what I mean? Yeah, I did smoke. About a pack a day. Yeah, Tommy did do that one night. He made $1,200 in a live stream, which, hey, good for him. But I don't know. People were like sending him money so that he would answer their questions, and I just find that kind of strange. But hey, everybody has their own way of making money, and if people are willing to do it, then
We're not stopping you.
we're not going to stop you. But I don't know. I would never. Like, if you guys are gonna give me money, I'm gonna give you something in return. And no, not that. Yeah, so hopefully if we can get, my goal is to get enough subs so that the ad revenue itself can pay for the projects without needing any kind of input from my viewers. The only thing that I would ask you guys to do is just watch the ads. Other than that, I will never. I don't want a Patreon because I don't want people donating. I just don't feel right doing it. So.
Cigs, no dip. Ew.
It was cigarettes, no dip.
Yuck.
I literally put down my cigarettes, picked up the vape, and never smoked another cigarette.
Mike had a good question.
I actually don't have a CNC mic. I have an old Bridgeport clone. Not old really, but I have a Bridgeport clone and I have a South Bend lathe. So I do have the ability to machine things. I just don't have the ability to do any CNC stuff.
I think they meant dip.
Yeah. Hey, I got nothing against people supporting YouTubers, and I got nothing against people sending them money. However, for me, I'm not going to ask you guys for money. That's just not who I am. It's a vertical mill. Yeah, definitely look into it. You can DM me on Instagram too if you're looking for some advice on quitting.
No.
No, JB, no Patreon.
Like, comment, share, and watch ads. That's it.
Yeah, like, comment, share the videos, and
Make sure you watch ads.
make sure you watch the ads. And then we'll get the ad revenue up, and then we can build cool projects and not be on here begging you guys for money all the time. No, I didn't buy the T-Priv. I used to buy smoke products back when I was first started vaping, and then I've gotten into some of the more high-end stuff.
Yes. Skipping ads does.
Yeah, skipping an ad, it definitely decreases the revenue.
Yes, Steve.
Yeah, exactly. It helps. I mean, usually what I do for all the YouTubers that I support, I usually will watch the videos and just like let the ads run and go do something real quick, like go to the bathroom or whatever, and then come back when the video starts. The 540 right now is literally a daily. It's lowered. It's on H&R springs. It's got Linea Corsa wheels on it, but and a custom exhaust that I built. But other than that, it's just a daily. What info, Steve? Oh, the ad info. Jay, nice to see you, buddy. Look,
Oh.
the H cigar.
Hi, Jay.
This thing is freaking awesome, man. You guys need to get more DNA stuff in there. I'll buy the shit out of it.
I love the one he just sent me.
Favorite muffler? I do like the Vibrant 3-inch. That's a pretty badass muffler, and pretty much anything from MagnaFlow. All right, Jay, so here's one for you. A black on black carbon Lost Vape Therion BT. Squonk.
Put a bottle of Waterbury aside. What does that taste like? What is it?
I don't know. Steve, do you mean Waterberry or freaking Rawberry? It's a 2540.
Waterbury. What is it?
I don't know. It sounds interesting.
What's it taste like?
Yeah, what does that Waterberry taste like? Please tell me it doesn't taste like Waterberry.
I want to taste like Waterbury. It tastes shitty.
The twin loop mufflers? Oh my god. That's the biggest freaking joke on the planet.
Strawberry watermelon. I'm game.
Yeah, I'll have to try that.
Very what?
All right, Mr. Get It Garage. Have a good night, brother. Yes, I do like carbon fiber. I actually have a custom-made carbon fiber engine cover on my BMW that I made. I did a lot of carbon work. Best daily I have ever owned by far is my BMW. No, I didn't vacuum form it. I actually just overlaid it. What do I watch on YouTube? A lot of car stuff. ton of car stuff. Street Speed 717, Eric the Car Guy, The Boss Garage, Cletus McFarlane, 1320 Video. No, I don't watch TJ Hunt. I don't watch any of the, I mean, I don't know. I don't watch any of those popular guys. Like, I watch B is for Build and stuff like that. I like it to be more informational than anything. Boosted Boys, I respect what he did with that van. That's freaking incredible, but no, I don't watch him.
I want to know what that tastes like.
The YouTube call-out content was pretty cool. I love Cletus doing that freaking mega burnout. Anything Honda, I would never own, but I do like watching the builds on them because some of them are pretty wild. Yeah, it sucks. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Hondas. Like, me personally, I would never, ever own one. Whiskey or rum, I don't drink, so that kind of kills that. What do I have done to my 540 from Mr. Black Jackson? That's kind of a strong name. Black Jackson. Not much, really. Springs, wheels, carbon engine cover, custom exhaust. That's about it. All right, Jay, have a good night, man. You mean like the old school small block 350s, Jacob? Those things are indestructible. Cheap as hell to build. Yeah, I've driven plenty of SRT4s. Yeah, those are hard to find. Yeah, he comes with me once in a while. He'll be here tomorrow. Yeah, they do. I do not own anything front-wheel drive. I refuse to own anything front-wheel drive. Everything I have, and I'm not bullshitting you, everything that I own is V8 rear-wheel drive. I learned how to weld in my garage, Richie. Front-wheel drive stuff, I always hated it. Like, through all the years in the 90s and early 2000s when I was doing all the front-wheel drive Mopar stuff, I only wished that those things were rear-wheel drive. I absolutely hated front-wheel drive. I used 3-inch, and I went from just in front of the axle all the way back.
That's a good question.
Wow. Welding has not affected my vision as of yet. I'm very careful, and I use a very good mask. Yeah, the older small block stuff is a lot cheaper, but the LS is just such a nice package, and they're so available. Like, the small block stuff now is very hard to find, whereas an LS you can go to a junkyard, and for $2,000 you can get 4 or 5 of them. No long issues with welding. Just be super careful of what you're welding. Anything galvanized, I stay away from. I personally like 4-wheel drive stuff, where you can select in and out. Crazy engine swap, in my opinion, into what? I mean, the guy that did the Ferrari engine in the freaking BRZ was pretty sick. Newbie welders. There's tons of shit out there. a cam. Bang for your buck, a cam by far. Yeah, what's the best mod for a small block? LS swap it.
Where's those 20 minutes from Summit Racing?
Yeah. I think a 3-inch will fit from the headers back. It should. There's a pretty deep tunnel in there. You want to build a power wheelchair with a big-ass gas motor. Well, then you're going to have to hop out of that one and get into your regular wheelchair once you crash that one. Yeah, I don't know. LS swaps are all the rage. And it's not a bad thing to do. Like, just because everybody else is doing it doesn't mean it's goofy. Miatas always come and go. Miatas were popular when they came out, then they died, then they came back, then they died, then they came back. It's just they keep getting resurrected.
I loved those.
Mm. Yeah. That Comanche would be pretty cool with an LS in it. So much easier. Oh, the Mustang. Or shall I say the Me Too? Because every time you go, hey, I have a Mustang, somebody goes, hey, me too.
No.
What's up, Noah? The Mustangs, I like the Fox bodies. I think they're pretty cool. I'm not a big fan of anything newer. I like the 4-headlight Fox body, though. What years were those? Anybody know? Yeah, 81 to 86. That sounds about right. I love those 4-headlight ones. Those things are insane. They look amazing. That and the Capri. The Capri from that same era was pretty cool. Yeah, I know. We took care of that one. The SVOs were cool. That was that turbo 4-cylinder, right? Just leave it on the ground. It had a little minor explosion earlier.
I saw that.
Yeah, I like the SVOs. And the bubble hatch Capris were cool. I love when those cars came out. Yeah, same motor that was in the Thunderbird Turbo Coupe, right? Wouldn't be a video without a Pepsi plug. Have I ever ridden my lift to the top?
Inside a car, yeah.
Jacob, you're shot. But yeah, I have. I've been inside the car, bleeding brakes and shit like that.
That's my job.
Turbo.
And
Turbo,
Tom
turbo,
shot too. He
turbo.
smoked too much. Ooh, who drinks Coke? You can clean toilets with that shit.
Yeah, the Super Coupes and the Turbo Coupes were cool. I like those cars. Oh, that's no good. LS swap it.
Oh, I love the Thunderbirds.
Dylan, where do you live? What state are you in? And if you say Colorado, that will explain a lot
Texas.
too. You're in Texas?
It was on that paper.
Ah, there you go. I have friends in Texas.
It sounded like a country song.
Mm-hmm. The Hellcat engine in a Wrangler would be, you'd need a life insurance policy. The Pro Charger, now that's an interesting one. The Pro Charger is kind of cool because it's like a supercharger, turbocharger hybrid. Oh, okay. That's pretty cool. Yeah, they're nice. They're super easy to set up. A turbo system has way more shit. Have I ever worked on a mid-engine car? Yeah, I did a couple MR2s and a couple MR2s. If you can call those mid-engine.
That's funny.
I don't really have too many young and dumb stories. No, they're not too bad of a pain to work on.
You do have dumb stories.
No, I mean,
Like
I
how
don't
you
really
lit
have.
the forest on fire.
That's the only one, though. SRT4s kind of fell off, man. They were cool when they came out, but if they had made them all-wheel drive, it would have been a much better platform. No, well, all right. So forest fire. Damn it.
Sorry.
All right. So where I grew up, I had a junkyard directly behind me. And Steve, you might actually know where North End Auto Parts is in Meriden. North End Auto Parts is on North Colony Road, and my backyard butted, yeah, exactly. My backyard butted right up against the backside of that junkyard. So I was in the woods messing around, and the junkyard story will come into play in a minute. And I found a big deposit of flint rock. Now, in the Northeast, there's quite a bit of flint rock in the ground. And literally, flint rock is just that. You pick up a piece of it, and you strike it against one another, and it sparks. So there's a ton of that stuff in Connecticut. Well, there happened to be a really big piece of it. So I was messing around in the woods, found a piece of it, was screwing around. One spark hit the ground and rolled, and the entire wooded area behind my house caught fire. Like, the entire area. And it was so fast. Like, you know, normally woods burn and smolder and then start fire. Well, this thing just, like, erupted almost instantaneously. So luckily there was a brook, and there happened to be an old litter box down by the brook. I went down and I started scooping water out of the brook to put the fire out. And ultimately, after about 15 or 20 minutes, I put the fire out. Well, the fire kept moving. The reason the fire kept moving is because all of the oil and gas and all the runoff from the junkyard had made its way through the woods. So what I ignited was all the shit that was in the ground. So, yeah, it was pretty bad. Luckily, it didn't move towards the junkyard, but it was a pretty decent fire. And then, of course, there was a time I was 15 years old and I stole my mom's car and put it into a telephone pole. But I guess I do have some young and dumb stories. Yeah, that one was good. I stole my mom's Dodge Colt, 1990 Dodge Colt. Well, see, that's the funny thing. She never knew that I did that. It was right in front of Yellow Cab in Meriden, which is right down the street from North End. You see it?
It's a bad area.
Yeah, it's a bad area for me. I was ripping down the street in the middle of the winter. It was icy as hell. I had my cousin in the car, and I ripped the e-brake, and the car spun 360 degrees, and then I ended up hitting what I thought was a snowbank. Well, that snowbank happened to be a bunch of snow pushed up against a telephone pole. So if you can imagine this, the snow was probably 6 feet tall, and then the telephone pole came out of the middle of it. So I basically drove up the bank and into the telephone pole. And the only damage that happened to the car was it ripped the plastic covering out from underneath it. So when I got home with the car, I just zip tied it back up, and nobody ever knew.
Unless she's watching now.
Yeah, unless she's watching now, which I highly doubt. She did figure it out, though, when I did enough burnouts to completely destroy the front tire. She went to stop in the rain and couldn't, and then realized the tires were bald and the car only had 10,000 miles on it.
Holy shit, he set a whole barn on fire.
Oh, God, a barn. Yeah, it was the same Colt. It was fucking same color. Well, no. Kevin's was white, I think. Mine was like a teal green color, my mom's. But what was funny about the Dodge Colts is they used a solid beam rear axle. So if you pulled the e-brake and put it in reverse and dropped the clutch, it would literally pull the freaking back wheels off the ground.
What happened with Rudnick? I didn't even
Yeah,
see that.
Rudnick takes the cake on the fire.
What do you do?
Oh my God.
I have to go.
Rudnick put a Acura TL, I think it was, up against a tree and did 2 massive burnouts with it. Well, underneath that tree were pine needles.
Oh.
And it just caught fire, set the whole thing on fire. The car burned to the ground. Oh, yeah, Bruce, it was such a fun car, though, because you could do wheelies backwards.
Steve, oh my God, I wouldn't want half the shit I did documented. I'm so glad we didn't have cameras.
Yeah, if there were cameras following us around, there's probably a lot
all
more
be in
dumb shit that
jail.
I did that I have no clue about.
None of us would be allowed to talk about it. We would have been killed.
Yeah, that shit was funny. Yeah, those are pretty. Oh, I forgot about the time I ran my brother over with my go-kart. That was hysterical. That's a good one. I built a go-kart with my dad because me and my dad were always in the garage doing shit while my brother was inside playing with dolls, I think, or something. So this go-kart, we had just about finished it. It didn't have a clutch yet. So basically you started the engine, you sat in it, had a tractor transmission. So you reach behind you and you shift it into gear and it goes. Well, she doesn't do cameras. My brother went to a Catholic school and I went to a public school. So I had a day off and he didn't. So I figured, you know what? I'll drive the go-kart down to the bus stop and go hang out with him. So he was standing in front of the go-kart and it was running. We were waiting for the bus. Somebody called my name and I turned. And when I turned, I hit the shifter, knocked it into gear, and I ran straight over. He literally fell over forwards and I ran up his back directly over top of him. And no, it had
by accident.
no brakes.
No.
No brakes at all. And jagged fucking edges on every single ounce of this thing because I had welded it with my father. It was bad. So he had scrapes starting at the backs of his ankles and going all the way up to the back of his head. He was hurting that day. And my mother made him go to school. He was fine. He was scraped up and he was kind of pissed, but he was okay. And he's 4 years younger than me, so he wasn't that old at the time. I think he might have been 8 or 9.
By the time you put a bike peg through my leg, I'm scars for it.
Yeah, I ran him over.
Left everybody with scars. Oh my God. Ouch.
Oh, damn. Jesus Christ, at least I used a go-kart, not a fucking Camaro. Good God. You know what? I didn't flip out. And the reason I didn't flip out was because my brother was a little dick. I'm 4 years older than him, and he used to get away with fucking everything because my mother used to say, he's so much smaller than you. Yeah, that was the precursor to the Mustang. It was go-karts running everybody over. Yeah, it may not have been accidentally, but I know somebody definitely called my name. You want to hear a good young and dumb story? This girl sitting next to me right now decided one time she was going to pogo stick on a frozen driveway.
No, they didn't ask me for my shit. No.
The fuck is the devil's lettuce? That sounds disgusting.
Face plant. Ass plant.
Ass plant. Goodbye tailbone.
That hurt.
Oh, weed. I'm too old for these newfangled terms.
Better than the face. Oh, I have stories on that too. Roller skating down hills that have speed bumps with, yeah, that was a nice face plant.
Yeah, I don't have anything against weed. I just, me personally, don't smoke it.
Well, now that you brought up my shit, you can tell them how you stuck a bike tag in my leg. How the hell did I get on weed?
I don't know. Dylan always brings up weed.
Dylan, you need to put that pipe down.
Oh yeah, my God. Weed is 100 million times better than alcohol. By far. No question. And it's got medicinal purposes too, which is incredible.
Everyone smokes.
Nothing but a pair of shorts, got the speed wobble of doom and a horrible case of... Yeah, I've done that too. That's terrible. Yeah, pogo stick abuse.
Not funny.
It
was a good idea at the time. Just didn't end well.
Yeah, there's quite a bit in Connecticut too.
See, that's why it's a good thing we didn't have cameras back in the day, so that shit can't go viral.
Car versus police cruisers.
Oh, who did that?
Am I stuck?
I don't know.
I'm stuck.
It's still working on my end. It's still coming up on the screen. But you're frozen, yes.
Yeah, I know. It's stuck. It's a good position, too. It's a pose. You guys can screenshot it, put it up on your walls. Hopefully it unsticks itself in a minute.
What happened with the pogo on the leg? No. That was a bike peg he stuck in my leg.
Yeah, the leg thing was a bicycle peg. I don't remember the exact details of it, but somehow or another, the peg on a bicycle went into her leg.
It was your bicycle. You did it.
Yeah.
I still have the scar.
I don't know why this is stuck. I kind of wish it wasn't stuck. It's kind of a weird position to be in. At least I didn't have my finger in my nose.
Best eye staring contest.
Yeah.
You win.
Yeah. I'll win this one.
Why is it doing that?
I don't know.
You look so dreamy.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Yeah, everything else is going but the picture.
Yeah, it is kind of a dreamy pose. I don't know why it's still stuck. I can't unstuck it. Did my phone go crazy? Oh my God.
It's on the back peg somehow on my leg.
Yeah.
Dreamy just.
Nearly hit a highway patrol car, ran like hell, pulled behind a house, and that was for sale, sat for hours. Oh my God. Yeah, my phone is stoned now.
I think Dylan did that.
Yeah. Dylan, you smoked me still.
Yes, the pod talk made it slow. Apparently.
Darn stoners. Dude, this is crazy.
He said secondhand smoke.
All right. I'm determining whether or not I want to just end the live stream here. Or should I refresh it?
Can you do that without stopping it?
I don't know. All right. Do you guys want to end here or you want to keep going? I'll refresh it.
Stop.
All right. Hold on.
Keep going, they said.
Hold
They
on.
enjoy looking at it.
Oh, God. Yeah, hey, if you're fine with this, then that's fine. It's kind of weird for me, but whatever. All right, let me refresh this because this is just DreamWorks tab. That's fucking funny, Steve. Hold on.
We're gonna call you Mr. Dreamy now.